Tonight, the shocking daylight killing of a woman at Strathpine.
A key development in the Allison BadenClay murder investigation.
Flown back to Queensland under tight security, an outlaw bikie charged over the Robina shootings.
And Wallaby legend Michael Liner tells how he's lucky to be alive.
This is 7 News with Rod Young and Kay McGrath.
Good evening. A woman has been murdered in a vicious attack on a walkway at Strathpine. A 27-year-old man is being questioned. Police say a ute used to run down two officers at Launton yesterday was found near the scene. They're investigating whether the crimes are connected.
A leafy walkway, the scene of a shocking crime in suburban Strathpine.
Extremely brutal attack.
Oh, it's disturbing.
At 9:30 this morning, police were called after neighbours heard a woman screaming. She'd been bashed, possibly stabbed, and left for dead on the path behind houses. The 47-year-old victim died in hospital from head injuries.
She's known to frequent the area.
Police arrested a 27-year-old man nearby. He was agitated, known to police, and had a minor injury to his face.
He's been examined by medical people at the Royal Brisbane Hospital.
He was taken into custody. Streets were shut down and sealed off.
Well, I think people are just quite shocked.
Quiet little place, it's sort of unusual.
But police say not random. The victim and attacker knew each other. They're trying to confirm their relationship. Detectives say they found a small metal bar at the scene. Police divers will search a creek next to the walkway, looking for any other possible weapons used in the attack. That's not all police found. A stolen ute that officers shot at after it was used to run them down at Launton yesterday was parked a few hundred metres away from the scene.
Just too early to confirm if there's any connection between that matter and the people wanted for that vehicle and this incident this morning.
Police have set up a special task force. Cully Waters, 7 News.
A teenage boy has been killed at Eagleby this afternoon. A truck hit the 15-year-old on the corner of Fryer Road and Logan Street. The accident happened around 3:15. The traumatised driver was treated for shock. Police are continuing to investigate the cause of the crash and remain at the scene.
Police have narrowed the time frame in which they believe Allison BadenClay vanished from the family's Brookfield home. For more, we're joined now live by reporter Erin Edwards outside the major incident room at Indooroopilly. Erin, how significant is this development?
Well, Rod, police originally asked members of the public to come forward if they saw either of the couple's cars during a 14-hour window. That's now been narrowed down to a 4.5-hour time period. Detectives believe someone who saw the mother of three on a Kenmore roundabout that night may hold the key.
To fly the Finks bikie, accused of shooting a rival gang member and an innocent shopper, back to Queensland. Reporter Bianca Stone joins us now live from our Gold Coast Bureau. And Bianca, has he arrived on the coast yet?
He has, Kay. Mark Graham was driven into the Southport Watch House late this afternoon. It follows a major police operation to extradite him from Melbourne. The 26-year-old is a patched member of the Finks outlaw motorcycle gang and is considered a high-risk prisoner. Because of that, police used a government jet to fly him to Brisbane. There he was met by armed officers from the Special Emergency Response Team who followed him by road to the coast. Graham will now be questioned by detectives and formally charged, and Kay, he's expected to appear in court here tomorrow.
Thanks, Bianca. Bianca Stone live from the Gold Coast.
The NAB's become the first of the big four banks to lower mortgage rates, but not the full cut announced by the Reserve Bank. Instead of half of 1%, the NAB's trimmed 0.32, the second bank today to cry poor, despite posting record profits.
A senior member of the Gillard government is now accusing the opposition of being involved in the Peter Slipper scandal. It follows an admission by Liberal Christopher Pyne that he may have asked for the mobile phone number of James Ashby before Mr Ashby made sexual harassment allegations against Mr Slipper.
Mr Pyne must stand up in front of the Australian media and explain why he has changed his story.
And federal police have confirmed they're formally investigating allegations of cab charge fraud made against Mr Slipper.
News Corporation Chairman Rupert Murdoch has been declared unfit to run a major international company following the inquiry into Britain's phone hacking scandal. The verdict could damage his control of Britain's Sky TV, but not News Corp. But rather, News Corp insists it's a politically motivated finding.
And still ahead in 7 News, the new push for a cruise ship terminal on the Gold Coast.
Evacuations after a gas emergency in Surfers Paradise.
And the hunt for a wayward crocodile in Maryborough.
Queensland's food poisoning outbreak.
You know you ate the KFC Twister.
Life in a wheelchair and an $8 million payout because of this. Monica's family breaks its silence to warn others.
There obviously are breakdowns in the system.
The surge in cases and the raids to stop the outbreak in its tracks. Don't miss this special investigation on Today Tonight.
Back now with 7 News. An Annerley anti-abortion activist will spend almost 8 months behind bars after refusing to pay almost $8,000 worth of fines he accumulated while trespassing during protests at abortion clinics.
That's an admission that we believe we've acted wrongly, and I believe to try to help somebody who's about to be killed is not a wrong act.
It's quite intimidating and traumatising for the ladies that come here.
Graham Preston says his sentence is the longest ever handed down to an Australian anti-abortion activist.
Hundreds of people were evacuated from Cavill Mall in Surfers Paradise this afternoon after a gas line was ruptured by an excavator. Tourists and business operators were ordered onto the esplanade as firefighters worked to stop the leak.
Any gas has the potential to explode in the right mixture. We're lucky there was a slight wind which helped move the gas away.
No one was injured and businesses were allowed to reopen an hour later.
The Gold Coast's new mayor, Tom Tate, says the tourist strip can't afford not to build a cruise ship terminal. The number of Australians taking to the seas soared by more than 30% last year, the biggest increase of any country in the world.
The sooner the better. Now for sport, here's Shane.
Thanks, Rod. Hello, everyone. Coming up, is Dave Taylor still headed to the Titans? Because Ben Teo's on his way out of the Broncos. And first on 7, Olympian Jess Schipper's surgery setback. Broncos hitman Ben Teo has taken a big money offer to join South Sydney, signing a 3-year deal starting next season. But teammates insist it won't derail preparation for Saturday night's blockbuster against the Warriors in Auckland. Looks great, Gilly. Teenager Liam Gill admits the prospect of facing Crusaders legend Richie McCaw is intimidating. Recovering from foot surgery, the All Blacks skipper is set to come off the bench in Christchurch on Sunday. Olympic gold medal hope Jessica Schipper says she's confident of being fit for the London Games, despite undergoing surgery on her appendix. Showing off the scars to 7 News, Jess feared the worst after a routine operation ended up being far more serious.
It turned out there was 1.5 litres of free blood just sitting in my stomach, and after all that had been cleaned out, they had found a cyst on my ovary that had exploded.
The Triple Olympian's hopeful of resuming training in a fortnight.
Sorry.
She's a good, tough Queenslander, Kay. She'll be right.
Well, let's hope so. Thanks, Shane. On to finance now, and our market edged higher, buoyed by yesterday's rate cut. News Corp put on 24 cents, but ANZ lost 19 despite its record first-half profit. Origin Energy gained 23 cents after signing a deal to sell Queensland coal seam gas to a rival joint venture. Locally, Bank of Queensland lost 17 cents and Flight Centre shed 40, and our dollar is steady at $1.03 US cents.
Time for the weather now. Here's John.
Well, we've had a bit of everything today. Clouds, some sunshine and a few showers. We'll check how much rain we had next and look ahead to an improving weekend. Good evening. Parts of the southeast had some steady rain overnight. Maroochydore recorded 25 millimetres. Nambour had 19, just 4 millimetres for the city. Then today, after a rather cloudy start, we finished with a mostly sunny afternoon. The only showers up around the Sunshine Coast again, not much over 3 or 4 millimetres there. We've got a similar day tomorrow, maybe just the chance of a storm, and the same for Friday. At this stage, we're heading into a mostly fine weekend. In Brisbane at the moment, 19 degrees, humidity 71%. Now, we had a mild night as well. Some of the overnight temperatures 3 degrees above above the average. It was 17 to 24 for the Gold Coast. Logan 16 degrees to 24, 25 for Ipswich, 17 to 24 for the City and the Redlands. Redcliffe had 17 to 23, and it was also 17 to 24 for the Sunshine Coast. We've got a surface and upper trough sitting over parts of inland Queensland. This isn't producing too much rain. As it gets closer to the coast by Friday, maybe that storm, the same for tomorrow, with a bit of moisture onto the coast, but it should start clearing up once we get through a few showers on Saturday morning. Should be fine after that. Now, the capitals, we've got showers and a possible storm for Perth, a shower or two for Adelaide, rain in Hobart, showers for Melbourne. Canberra's got a fine day, some early rain in Sydney, and there's some showers for Darwin. Now, the northern centre's a brief shower about for Cairns, but a fine day or mostly fine for Townsville and Mackay. Mount Isa's fine as well. Into central Queensland, partly cloudy for Rockhampton, but fine. Down the coast, just a few showers and maybe a storm as well. It's the same for Toowoomba. There is the chance of a storm with a couple of showers about there, 13 to 19 degrees. Now, Moreton Bay, south to southeast winds 10 to 15 knots. The seas will be 0.7 of a metre. Offshore will get up around 1.2. Now, for Brisbane, very similar to today, a few showers, but maybe that storm with light to moderate south to southeast winds tending easterly in the afternoon. It'll be 16 to 24 degrees, and around the southeast, very similar forecast. Few showers and a possible storm for the coasts. 16 to 24 for both areas. Scattered showers for Ipswich, 12 to 24. It'll be 24 for Logan and Caboolture as well. Now ahead, few showers and a possible storm for Friday. There's an early shower for Saturday, then a run of fine days from Sunday into next week. A little cooler too from Sunday morning, getting down to 11 degrees, and the daytime temperature is still very pleasant, around 24 or 25.
Looks good. Thanks, John. And that's all from us this Wednesday.
Don't forget, if you have a story you think we should cover, visit yahoo7.com.au/Queensland. Click on the news tips section. For now, from all the team, good night.
Good night.